Hi you guys! Today I'll be reading you my 4th journal entry from July 9th, 2011. 6:40 a.m. Ohio! I finally slept. Yay! Since there are no maids here, we have to clean up our own rooms. I have no problem with that, but they have a certain way to fold the sheets, and I can't remember how to do it. We stayed at a youth hostel in Tokyo last night, and I even took a picture of my little room. You can't imagine what a relief it was to sleep in an actual decent bed in a room by yourself, and I had the most amazing view out of my window. I slept so well that night, but when I woke up in the morning, you have to fold the sheets a certain way because it makes it easier for them to wash them or something. And I must have spent like half an hour trying to fold those sheets in my room. 12:29 p.m. We're at the station waiting to take the bullet train to meet our families. It's going to be a 2 to 3 hour ride. It's pretty humid here, but it's not as bad as I expected. I forced myself to eat fish for breakfast and lunch. The lunch fish was so much better. It tasted kind of like chicken. So, for those of you who don't know, I really don't like fish because the thought of something that used to swim on my plate just kind of freaks me out. I mean, I know I eat animals, but just the thought of swimming around, it just freaks me out really bad. So, no, fish is bad. Fish is yucky, but I ate fish whenever it was served to me in Japan. I just shut my mouth because I don't want to be rude. 1:57 p.m. We're on the bullet train now. The scenery is amazing. Mountains. The bullet train was so amazing. I don't even remember how fast it was going, but it's so unreal. It feels like a dream looking out the window and seeing how fast everything's going by. And it was so beautiful. I can't even describe it. 10:19 p.m. Meeting my host family wasn't awkward at all. They're so sweet. Kurumi usually talks to me in Japanese first. Then if I don't understand, she repeats it in English. Her English is really good. After we met at the train station, we went to get some food. I got pork, and it came with a lot of different things. While we were eating, I was trying to tell them what kind of tea I liked. I said kuchira or kukicha or something like that. And my host mom was like, "Honto, really?" And I was like, "Yeah, I love it so much." Their eyes got all big. Then Kurumi drew a picture of a whale, and she said, "You like whale watching?" And I was like, no, that's not what I meant. We all laughed really hard. Then I drew a picture of a leaf and a stem, and I pointed at the stem because that's what the tea was made from. Then finally, my host mom said, "Oh, kukicha!" It was so great. Then we went to a labo party, which is just like one of our 4-H meetings where we practice our skits. When I walked in, I heard the biggest, loudest "ooh" that I'd ever heard in my life. Then a bunch of clapping. I was so embarrassed. Then I introduced myself, and there was more clapping. Then I sat down and watched them practice their play. It was so cute. These 2 little girls waved at me, and this other girl came up to me with her iPod. Apparently, somehow I made her think that I liked Justin Bieber. I was going to tell her that I really didn't, but she was so excited and skipping around and yelling, "I love Justin Bieber!" that I didn't have the heart to tell her that I didn't like him. Meeting my host family, I thought would be awkward, but when I first saw them, we all ran up. I knew it was them immediately. I mean, there's a big group of Asians there, but I knew it was them, and I ran up and gave them a big hug, and everything just felt so right. They were exactly how they'd been in their emails. I was just so excited, and my host sister immediately was speaking Japanese to me. She was all, "Daijoubu? Tsukareta? Onaka suita?" and asking me how I'm feeling and things like that. So we went to eat, and it was just so unreal. That's when it really hit me that I'm gonna be living with this family for a whole month. It was so surreal. And when we went home and I went to bed that night, it was everything just felt right. It wasn't awkward at all. It wasn't like, oh, I'm living in some random stranger's house. It was just perfect. I felt like things were finally the way they were supposed to be. This is the way it should be. I'm in Japan, and this is where I belong.